Bash versus new screen, replace Ctrl-A with Ctrl-Shift-A. I'm a new user to gnuscreen. I've been using Bash for a very long time, and I want to give gnuscreen a try. As you know, gnuscreen uses Ctrl-A, as does the command character. Trouble is, this interferes with the line editing feature in Bash, a new readline, because Ctrl-A in Bash will move to the start of the line. I know I can set the command character to another key sequence, like Q or backtick, but I have trouble finding another key sequence which isn't already in use. Q is used by the terminal, backtick is used when writing shell scripts. It appears that the command character may only be 1 or 2 characters in length. Can I set the gnuscreen control character to be something like Ctrl-Shift-A? I can't use more than one hyperlink yet, so I cannot link to the Bash documentation.
The problem with Ctrl-Shift-A is that most terminal emulation programs do not send a different code for it from the one sent by Ctrl-A, so there would be no way for screen to tell the difference. You might be able to use CQ if you do, to disable software flow control on the T. I usually do this so I can use CS to search on the command line. You might consider C*, since it seems to be usually unbound. It is Ctrl-Shift-6 on US keyboard layouts, but it may be difficult to type on other layouts. Most people never use the T control character C / to send C keyt. To use it, disable the T functionality with quit undiff, and bind it as your prefix key. This is a bit risky though, since if you hit C / on a T where the quick key has not been disabled with ST, you might kill the foreground process instead of activating screen. I switched to tmux a while ago. Its default is CB because it was developed under screen and did not interfere with screen's default. I have found that CB works fairly well for me. I usually use the arrow keys for single character movement on the shell command line, though I use MB and MF to move by words. Incidentally, the author of tmux uses CA in his primary sessions and always types CA twice, whether in a tmux session or not. If you are willing to adopt this habit, it seems like a decent compromise since the second CA should be a no-op in most Emacs-like editing contexts. It would not work so well if you often use programs / contexts outside of screen where the second CA would not be a no-op. By default, CA is bound to the other command, switch to most recently active screen, in screen. To have CA send an actual CA and have CAO switch windows, put the following in your .screener.
No need for the workaround. To move to the beginning of the line while using screen in Bash, use Ctrl-A, release and then A. In general, if there's a screen control character conflicts with a Bash shortcut, the Bash shortcut's first control will be replaced with Ctrl-A. Likewise for other line editing shortcuts.
I use C / for screen and I can't recommend it enough. You may hit any other key definition on accident, but not generally C /. That's what I like about it.
I use this. Screen. Example. To detach you type, Ctrl-BD.
If you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing.